Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of Hoppets. Today, joined by
Brett
of Venomyces, checking out another beer that we got from Beer Dome, and this one is a release from Mikkeller Baghaven. Once in a while, they actually get that, they get those beers or their beers on Beer Dome, because often you can only buy it on their web shop, but small amounts of their beer does make it out outside
at the
Mikkeller.
physical location because of COVID. They've had to export some.
Of course, that's also a big part of it. But this is part of the Art of Decadence series, and this is the second one they did. So Art of Decadence Blend 2. We really liked Blend 1.
Yeah, very good.
It was really good. A fun little way to work in more decadent kind of flavors. That's not, in any way, shape, or form trying to make it a super fruited pastry kind of thing. Still a wild ale first and
definitely barrel aged
and with different cultures of wild yeast and whatnot, and then with a little bit of fun going on as well, which I really like the concept behind. So we really enjoy Baghaven's beer, so I'm hoping this one will be really nice as well. And also, of course, thanks to Beer Dome for this one. So this blend 2 is with black currants. And what really kind of stood out to me,
and also cacao nibs.
But what really stood out to me is that black currants, usually I expect like these crazy dark beers, but it's actually not that crazy. So I don't know what the fruit intensity is, because actually back in the day, or at one point, Mikkeller used to have like the fruit intensity in percentages.
Yeah, it says it doesn't say on this one.
It doesn't. It just says solbær kakao humle. Yeah.
That's interesting, but it's been barrel aged for quite some time.
24 to 36 months.
You can smell it from here, like a lot of barrel, and also like
a lot of tannic.
Yeah, tannic, grapey, slightly vinegary. Aroma.
It looks, it looks all right. It's not like the most beautiful beer. I think it's just because it's slightly brown.
But it looks like almost maybe a bit darker, but it looks like Driefonteinen from Bose almost.
It actually
because I don't think that beer looks too appetizing.
It's
either.
True. It's like almost like a brownish red.
Yeah, I much prefer Homage or the Kriegs.
Yeah,
or at least in color. But
but it looks again not the prettiest beer from them, but let's check out the aroma. It smells nice.
Wow,
very earthy.
Yeah, super earthy.
Crazy earthy.
Almost like cacao.
No, I think it's also earthy blackcurrant. It almost it smells like blackcurrant leaves or blackcurrant stem.
Yeah, and like really...
Stilk. Sådan en bærstilk.
Yeah.
That was Danish, by the way.
Yeah.
It means stem.
But like really... Like
so earthy, and then like
so
earthy,
soily and earthy, like it's been sitting all.
It's almost
for
like
several days in rain, and
it's almost like
become slightly
almost
not
like
rotten, but
moldy.
Yeah,
almost like moldy soil.
Yeah,
like almost like when you overwater a plant.
Yeah,
a house plant.
It really smells like soil, like wet soil.
I see why this is splitting the waters.
Yeah,
because this is a beer that's compared to the first blend, everyone loved. Not everyone liked this one.
No,
and they just released
this
the third one.
It's a weird
odd one. It almost smells like beetroot.
Yeah, but also like slightly old farty pipe tobacco.
I don't really get that to be. Well, maybe a bit like
almost like if it's
kind of
starting to go bad or
almost
something.
Like wet tobacco.
Yeah. Like again, that earthy
leaf.
Again, tobacco is
I never said that, but I there's a dude. I've seen Untapped Chickens from. Where he always talks about wet leaves. Yeah, and I actually see that in this. Wet leaves.
And also just wet soil.
It's like and I think it's a mix of funk, but also the aroma of earthy blackcurrant. When you don't use a lot of blackcurrant, it can go that way.
Actually, it's to me, it's almost like more like an earthy cigar than it's pipe tobacco. You get that, really, because cigar can sometimes have this really weird, slightly earthy thing to it. And it makes sense because, tobacco is,
I think a very good tasting note for this in Danish would be aroma note would be jordslået.
Yeah.
I don't know what you'd say in English.
Slightly moldy, earthy.
Yeah. It's like almost like the aroma you get if you have clothes in your washing machine that's been sitting for too long after it's done.
Yeah.
It's not the most pleasant aroma. Let's say it like that.
No.
It's funky.
it's funky.
But let's try it. Cheers. And thanks to Beer Dome for the beer.
Still, it's
Oh, it's sour.
It's also weird because of that.
Woo!
That funky thing carries on.
Oh, it's sour, man. That's way too sour. Whoa! I need to
I think
sit
it's
for a
better
bit.
on the second sip, but yeah.
I need to have. I just need to sit for a bit. Whew. I know black currants are really sour, but
Yeah, this one has gone. But actually, the aroma carries over.
okay, the second sip is much more. It's so crazy with sour beers. The first sip compared to the second sip when they're like this sour, or wild ales or whatever.
But it still tastes like, to me, like wet, slightly moldy soil and earthy cacao nibs.
It tastes jordslået.
Yeah.
It's also slightly savory. I'm getting a savory feel on my lips, like salty, like a salinity to it.
The aroma is actually quite bad.
It almost. The aroma almost. I don't want to say it, but it almost reminds me of when you like back in the day when I homebrewed a lot. And you had like batches go infected with all kind of wild yeast, and you didn't really have much control, and then you ended up with like a weird, crazy, earthy thing.
And I don't know if that's cacao nibs, honestly, going weird with the bugs.
But possibly also the blackcurrant, because blackcurrant stem is quite earthy, or just like the leaves. Like blackcurrant leaves has a very unique. Like this actually almost smells like the aroma that is described as caddy in as off flavor, because caddy off flavor is. Also the same compound as blackcurrant leaves. Yeah. And
the more I taste this, the more of these weird flavors I get. I also remember being at Christiania, which is this kind of...
It's almost like blue cheesy.
Yeah, it's like blue cheese, but also like hash. Fuck this. To me. Yeah, like I remember being at Christiania a few times where they have all kinds of weed that tastes of different things, and you can, sometimes you can smell, like you can, go to the pushers or whatever and smell them, and it just reminds me of some of those having these weird kind of funky things going on.
The sourness is okay on the second sip,
but the aroma is fucking weird. Yeah. The more I smell it, the weirder it almost gets.
I don't like it too much, to be 100%. I think this might be my least favorite Mikkeller Baghaven beer so far. Yeah. It's too sour for my preference.
Also, the flavor profile is just weird.
Yeah, it's totally weird. It's like just all over the place with weird things. And but the biggest thing is got like that really weird earthiness that tastes like slightly moldy. Like if you've had, as I said, jordslået in Danish. If you've had clothes in the dishwasher for a bit long. Yeah.
Yeah. But also just like.
Yeah, just all
rotten
kinds of weird
leaves almost.
Yeah, it's just like all kinds of weird flavors.
Really old soil. Again, if you watered your plants and somehow they start to go bad. Or
but you sometimes see that if you overwater a plant, you get like that white layer of mold on top of the soil. It almost smells like that. But I don't know with this one. This is just all over the place.
Yeah,
it's like not like.
It's like nothing is under control, really.
Yeah, it's like really spontaneous. I don't like it too much. I think
it's a beer you remember at least.
Yeah,
but it's not probably for the good things. But yeah,
I'm actually gonna go quite low on this. I think.
Yeah.
I to be honest, I don't want to finish it. I don't want to drink it, and that doesn't merit higher than like 65.
I think it's quite impressive that this is close to a 4 on Untapped.
It is as close to a 4 on Untapped?
Yeah. And that kind of...
See, I haven't
it explains some of the issues with Untapped, because if it's an, barrel-aged wild ale, for some reason it's okay to rate it higher than a Pilsner. A Pilsner automatically gets downgraded.
Much rather drink the Gensler lagers we just had than this. I really don't want to finish
10 times better beers than this. Yeah. But, yeah.
It's a really, really weird beer compared to some of the other releases. But the big thing for me, even though like all this weird funk going on, is also like it's almost it's not impossible to drink, but it's so sour. You feel it going down your throat like crazy. It's just not a pleasant drinking experience.
Nope.
So I'm gonna go around 70, just like Kilkenny. But I'd rather drink Kilkenny, so maybe like a 68 for this, because Kilkenny I could actually easily drink.
You know what it tastes of? Tomatoes.
Yeah, I can see it. The earthiness and the fruitiness.
Yeah, that's something. Tomato stems, but also just like slightly green tomato. Or tomato.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that. Oh, yeah, and also the big thing for me is like lots of beetroot.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
it
so
has
earthy.
all kinds of weird
It's
flavors.
all over the
Yeah,
place.
since-
Maybe we have an off bottle. I don't know,
Mm.
but a lot of you guys also often ask with the grade equations and whatnot. In terms of untapped score, if you go exponentially according to the American grade system, this would be around max a 2 actually. And I think this is the lowest I've ever given a Mikkeller product. But this might also be the only time I ever have one that I want to drain pour. I really
really drain pour.
Yeah,
I'll probably go 68.
I think I would too, because I'd rather drink a Kenny, even though it's fucking boring, but you can drink it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't it is scrapingly gastric sour going down, and it's a shame because it's expensive beer, and I know they make really good stuff, but it's just so weird and all over the place. Like this is then I guess a D in the American grading scale.
Yeah.
Massive disappointment. I hope this would be so good because I love blackcurrants. But in this iteration, it's just not
Doesn't work.
We'll see what we think of the next one we have, because that's also one where people went nuts about it being too sour.
Rubus of Rose vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the Rubus of Rose straight blend 3. I've seen people hate that one.
Yeah. Well, people are
really,
like
very
this,
sour. But
whatever. You can't win every single time. We're just being 100% honest as always. Thanks a ton to Beer Dome for the beer still. This is the lowest grade we ever given a beer from Beer Dome too.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
the lowest from Mikkeller beer, but it's just, I really don't want to finish it. I'd rather drink, I don't know,
water.
Right now. It's just not pleasant to drink.
No.
So, it's a shame. But we know that Aaron can work his magic. And he does
again, blend 1 was very good. So
most of the stuff we've had from Mikkeller Baghaven has been amazing.
All been above a 90. So
this is the first time
it's
we go
just
this
this
low,
one.
but it's just I'm just not into beers that are this sour anymore. And
but
then
also,
when you have this weird funk, it just doesn't work.
Flavor compounds don't work.
So if you guys had a chance to try Art of Decadence blend number 2, let us know what you thought of it. Unfortunately, we won't finish this, but that's how it goes sometimes. If you had it, let us know what you thought of it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I want to say cheers and water.
Yeah. Cheers.
And see you guys in another beer review.